So Siddharth, all the dealers were giving me different rates. And I was quite fascinated because such a premium product, it's an international product. How can it have different rates? Some of the dealers were asking me like there is half. They were offering me in half price. So I was really very curious about it. I wanted to know. Let's be real. How much is the PPF market diluted in India right now?
So Tanmay, I think you're spot on with the curiosity that you kind of faced, right? And this happens to a lot of customers when they go around seeking paint protection film for their cars. And while it instills curiosity, it also sometimes completely ruins the confidence in buying a product like paint protection film. Because if we are saying that LLumar paint protection film costs you somewhere in the range of $1.5 lakh to 2 or higher, depending on what kind of PPF you go for, there are people in the market who are also claiming to sell it at 70,000, 60,000, 80,000 rupees, right? So how can there be such a vast difference between a pricing for the same product? And that is where the entire dilution is, right? There are multiple factors in this where a lot of duping of customers happen. A lot of counterfeit products are also offered. So think about it this way. You go to a shop, right? And you see a LLumar box with the film there, but what is to tell you that there is actually LLumar film inside the box?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So I mean, a lot of people play tricks in this manner where they can show you videos of the film and tell you that they're applying original LLumar, but it's not necessary that that product is original LLumar. And because it could be a cheaper, inferior grade product, they can offer you such aggressive low rates. And the other thing is a layman can't make out the difference honestly between two films, right? So if I have a A4 sheet of LLumar PPF and if I have an A4 sheet of say other PPFs, people like us who are in the space of selling it, right? We understand that the top coat smoothness, optical clarity, everything is different. But a layman won't be able to make out the difference, right? So that is where it is easy for some of these dealers who don't play by the book and find loopholes and try to dupe customers to do things like this, because they know customers are not going to ask beyond a particular question, beyond a particular point. So that's where things start getting muckier, and the rate differences are so huge, and which is why I wanted to probably come and talk about this and get people more aware about the wrong practices and how they can identify original product.
So Siddharth, there are a lot of misleading practices going on in the market that some people are doing right now. Can you share some spotlight on that? What exactly are the misleading practices?
Sure. So, there are multiple ways in which people can be misled, right? So, there are things where we've heard dealers providing an entire paint protection film solution at a very, very minimal rate, and then also making claims to customers that we'll cover the entire replacement of any panels for a year free of cost. So when I say replacement of panels, right, say for example you have a PPF on your car, and in a year's span you probably bang it 10 times in 10 different areas of the car. Whenever you're banging it, it means that area, that PPF, you need to replace. Right? And every time you cut a film and replace it, it's a cost, because you're using material that is made and applying it to the damaged panel, right? So this is where it's a clear sign that something that is being applied on the car is priced extremely, extremely low, and it's an inferior grade pricing, because only then you have margins of that sort where you can replace product as many times in a year's span. And if you're dealing in quality product, say for example you buy any luxury good, right, the person's not going to tell you okay, if the phone is getting damaged from you, I'll keep replacing it how many ever times possible. Yes, there are insurance plans and everything in place, but it's not that easy. So people fall prey to such claims, and claims are made without probably even signing anything. It's just verbal claims. मैं यहाँ पे बैठा हूँ, क्यों चिंता करते हो? That kind of a claim, and people are actually falling for such things. So that's one way in which people can be misled. You'll also be surprised to see that if a particular brand's paint protection film has been promised, right? Again, it's a transparent layer of protection, right? So he will show you the LLumar box, he will show you the film, all lot number and everything is matched. What is to say that he is not applying LLumar on the whole car? Probably he's just doing LLumar on the bonnet of the car, and the rest of the car is applied with something else.
Yeah.
You know, that way he's saving on his cost, because the expensive product is only put on part of the car.
Correct.
The remainder of the car has cheap product. So again, that way there's a huge price gap. So either the dealer who is doing such a mispractice can bag all the money in through the margin, or he can discount the rate to a great degree to give you something which is an unimaginable price of LLumar. So such practices are happening, and which is why when we cover everything in an e-warranty, we have to mention the roll number and the square foot that's been used. And if they've already used that roll number and square foot in one particular vehicle, then they cannot repeat the same number, because you're using a fresh roll for another car. So that's where we can catch that if someone is playing smart and not kind of changing these films and using only part of a roll and using something else, mixing and matching is what we call it. Then the e-warranty program can immediately catch it. Such issues.
So Siddharth, thank you so much for enlightening us today on the counterfeiting practices that are going on in the market. Now, I guess with this help of this podcast, a layman can understand how not to get fooled for, how not to fall prey with people selling wrong products in the market.
Correct. Yeah. Right. So, I mean, pleasure to be doing this, because that's our aim. We want to spread education around this topic to as many people as possible. And there's two phrases that I want to be related with LLumar India and Gras-i. Professional film, professionally installed, right? So you're not just paying for the film. It's actually the entire experience through the right installation, right service, authentic product. It's a holistic package. So I hope through this a lot of people understand and make wiser decisions when they're considering purchasing performance films.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for enlightening me, enlightening the audience. I hope to have more podcasts and more conversations like this with you.
Same here, man. Cheers.
Thank you so much.